Hello, YouTube. Hello. It's been a long time, and I do apologize for the amount of time that it's taken me to make another video for you. But my last two rounds of the AC were so hard on me, and it took me so long to recover from them. I just really didn't have the energy or the strength, and I didn't feel good. And at times I wanted to get up and try to make a video, but I just felt so bad that I really couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. So let's catch up. Let me fill you in on what's been going on with me. Wow. I get it now when people say chemo sucks, because it does. It's so hard. I mean, the first two rounds were easy breezy. I mean, I had a little bit of nausea here and there, but nothing major. I never got any of the stomach problems or the throwing up or, going to the restroom. I never got that. It was just the nausea, and everything tasted terrible. Water, I didn't want to drink anything. There was nothing I wanted to drink. Water, juice, pop, nothing. Everything tasted terrible to me. So as hard as I tried, I couldn't force myself to drink, and I stayed dehydrated. And let me tell you something, if you're going through chemo, you have to stay hydrated. You have to fight through it. And towards the end, I just found this will to just do it. I was like, you have to. Nobody's gonna make you get better but yourself. You're gonna have to fight through it. You're gonna have to find something, dig deep within and find something to make yourself drink. And I did, and it was hard. It was so hard, but once I did it, I started to feel better, and I completed my rounds of the AC, and now I'm doing Taxol. I had my first round yesterday, and I feel amazing. Honestly, I do. I mean, I don't feel sick. I'm so glad I don't have to go through being nauseous anymore and take all those nausea medicines. I hate taking a lot of medication. I don't like to take a lot of medications. So I'm glad that I'm off of all of those anti-nausea pills and getting nauseous and the steroids. Oh, I'm so glad to be off of the steroids. I'm so ready to lose weight and at least get back to that normalcy of not carrying these extra 20, 30 pounds. I had a breakdown yesterday because I was under the impression that I would only have to do 6 rounds of Taxol, because that's what my doctor told me. And I'm not saying she told me that trying to tell me something that wasn't true. I guess somehow she just was a little mixed up when we talked that day, because when I went in on yesterday, I found out that I had to do 12 rounds, not 6. And I thought I would be done with chemo April 9th, when in reality I won't be done until May 21st. And upon finding that out, it was just at a moment when I just felt like, I don't want to do this. I'm so tired. I want my life back. And I do. I still want my life back. I want to get back to being normal, to being me, to just not having to even think about cancer and anything to do with it. I want my life back. And I cried. It's like I tried to fight back the tears and not let them fall, but they just started flowing. And at the time, I was talking to the nurse, and at the same time, I was listening to gospel in my headphones. And that's how good God is. Even though I had that moment and I lost it and I broke down, by me listening to gospel at the time, I just kind of let my tears I let my tears be because of the words that I was hearing in my ear about how God heals and how good God is and how he keeps us and how he won't put more on us than we can bear. I just blocked out that I was crying because I was going to have to do more treatments than I thought, and I just focused on the words that were playing, and that was, healing my body and keeping me, because at that time those words kept me. Those words gave me peace, because once I stopped crying, I just dried my eyes and said, okay, let's do this. You don't have a choice, so let's do it. Get it over with, push through it. It's almost over. And then get back to your life. Don't let the thought consume you that you have an extra 6 weeks of chemo. Just keep moving forward and keep pushing and get it done. That's my motto. That's my logic. That's how I approach each and every time that I have to get chemo. Get it done. Get it done. Just do it. It's not easy, but you can do it, because God wouldn't have brought me to it if he wasn't going to bring me through it. And I honestly believe that. And I know that I talk about God a lot, but my faith is so strong when it comes to this. And I'm not going to act like I don't have my moments when I lose it and I cry and I'm tired and I don't want to fight anymore and I don't want to do this anymore, because I do have those moments. Be it not often, but I do have those moments. I know that God is keeping me, and I know that he's bringing me through, and I know that he's giving me strength. Oh, God. I mean, I remember times telling people when they would say they had some type of illness, be it diabetes, lupus, cancer, whatever, and I would say, I feel your pain and I know what you're going through. But guess what? I didn't have a clue. You can tell somebody that you're going to pray for them and that you will pray for God to give them strength to get through it, but you don't understand. If you've never been through it, you can't understand it, because it's something that you couldn't even fathom until you're in that situation. Chemo is very hard. Chemo is exhausting. Chemo takes everything out of you. You have to be strong to get through it. There are times when I walk in to have my treatments, and I have to just go into my own zone, because there are people in there who are taking chemo just to try to continue to live. They've lost so much weight, and I can see that they're exhausted and they're spent and they don't really have much, but here they are still fighting. And I always say this too shall pass, and it could always be worse, and it could. And that's what makes me fight on. That's what makes me keep pushing. And that's what makes me not feel sorry for myself, because I'm not having chemo because I'm trying to hope I'm living to see tomorrow. I mean, it's all in God's hands whether we wake up tomorrow or not. But I'm not walking in there saying, God, if this chemo doesn't work, that's it for me. That's not where I'm at. So I'm blessed, and I thank God for that. I truly am blessed. And it hurts me to look at people in there who are holding on to this hope, and that's all they have. So no, I won't be selfish. I won't be selfish and sit up and cry and say, woe is me, and why God, and how did this happen? And I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue to say, thank you, God. Thank you for bringing me through. Thank you for letting them find the cancer early. Thank you, God, for me being cancer free. Thank you, God, that I only have 11 more treatments and I can go on with my life. Thank you, God, that I don't have to take chemo for the rest of my life just to try to live another year. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you. In the midst of cancer, I still say thank you, and I still give him praise, because I know at the end of the day that he's blessed me to have the possibility to be cancer free for the rest of my life, and to try to help somebody else that may be going through this. Because after this journey in my life, anybody who reaches out to me, and anybody that wants to talk to me, and anybody that needs help, if they just need me to go hold their hand while they're going through chemo, that's what I'll do. Because nobody should have to go through this alone. It's not easy. It's not. I'm not going to say that. I wouldn't tell anybody that, oh, it was so easy. It's not. I mean, even when you're not having a bad day from chemo, you may just have that moment when you just break down out of the blue for nothing because of what you're dealing with. It's not easy. People have to understand that. And I don't get in my feelings, and I'm not sensitive about what I'm going through. This is me every day. I go to work just like this. This is me. This is my life. This is my reality right now. So I don't need to put on scars, and I don't need to put on a hat, and I don't need to cover myself up, because this is my reality. This is what I'm living right now. This is what I'm going through in my life right now. And I'm not ashamed of it. I didn't get cancer because I did anything wrong. I'm not a bad person. I don't have some type of terrible disease because of something I did to cause it. So guess what? This is me right now. Take it or leave it. That's just how I am, and that's just how I approach it. So I just kind of wanted to catch up with everybody and let you know where I'm at right now. I'm still doing my chemo. I'm still trying to be as positive as I can be. I still want to make my videos and encourage, even if it's one person, to let somebody know that you can do it. You can get through this, and that don't let it consume your life. Don't let your whole life be wrapped around cancer. Don't let your whole life be wrapped around the chemo. Don't let your whole life be wrapped around the fact that you don't have hair anymore, or that your eyebrows and eyelashes fell out. Don't let that be the focus of your life. Let the focus of your life be that you still have life, and that you still are here, and that you still can enjoy the morning air and hear the birds sing, and you still feel the cold. You still feel the heat. You can still kiss your children. You can still kiss your grandchildren. You can still wake up every morning and give God praise for another day. Let that be your life. Let that be what keeps you going, and what motivates you, and what consumes your life day in and day out. Not cancer. Cancer is not your life. It's a chapter in it. And when I'm done with my chemo, that chapter is going to be closed. And I'm never going to revisit that chapter again. So I'll say what I always say when I close. It could always be worse, and this too shall pass.